Welcome again to this series of video classes. In this lesson, we discuss the use of nouns and articles, countable and uncountable nouns, the article the, and articles ARN. A countable and uncountable noun. Countable nouns are those kind of things, animals, or people, or feelings that can be count or uncount. Most countable nouns take the plural form with s or es. For example, banana, bananas, apple, apples, tomato, tomatoes. Uncountable nouns have only one form. For example, water, juice, pasta, popcorn. Now remember, you can't use singular countable nouns without the, a, or n. For example, you are usually going to say, I want an apple. It's not very common. It's not correct or common saying, I want apple. Another example, there is a person in the bed. You never say there is person in the bed. So you need to use a or the when you are using singular nouns, singular countable nouns. You can also use some and any with plural nouns. For example, when you say, I need to hear some songs. I need to hear some music. I don't want to drink any apple juice. Now, in the case of any, we must remember that any is only used with negative sentences and with questions. Do you want it's important to understand that when you use any, you need to use it with questions and in negative sentences. For example, is there any apple juice in the fridge? Are there any sodas in the fridge? No, there aren't any sodas in the fridge, or there isn't any apple juice in the fridge. Sometimes we can use some in questions, especially when you are asking or offering something. For example, do you want some apple juice? Or may I have some cookies? In this context, it is okay to use some in questions. But remember, some is only used in questions when you are offering or asking for something. Normally, people use any in regular questions. Again, in this case, both forms would be correct, but it depends on the context. If you are not offering anything, then you need to use any. If you are offering something, then you need to use some. I want some apple juice. Do you want some apple juice? Some is using affirmative sentences and in questions when you are offering or asking for something. Yes, I want some apple juice. Yes, I want some carrots. Yes, I want some pasta. Remember, any is used in negative sentences. I don't want any apple juice. There isn't any sodas in the fridge. There aren't any potatoes in the basket. Uncountable nouns are going to use many and few. For example, there are many vegetables in the fridge. There are few vegetables in the fridge. There are many bananas in the fridge. There are few oranges in the fridge. Remember, many and few are used with countable nouns. That is, words that have a plural form. For example, they took many apples, or they took few apples. Sometimes you can say a few apples. They took a few apples. We ate a few bananas. Uncountable nouns are going to use little and much. For example, we didn't drink so much wine. We had just a little juice. So remember, uncountable nouns are going to use little and much. Countable nouns are going to use many and a few.